AP Chemistry, Unit 9.10, Cell Potential under Non-Standard Conditions. So E0 of cell is the cell being operated under standard conditions, which means that the cell is at 298 Kelvin, which is 25 degrees Celsius, approximately room temperature, and we have 1 molar solutions. But as the cell is discharged and the reactants are converted into products, we will no longer be under standard conditions. The solution molarity will increase and decrease as we move from reactants to products, etc., etc., and eventually the cell will die. And since the concentration changes the magnitude of the cell potential, it will also change. To calculate the cells operating under non-standard conditions, it's easier to look at the cells as equilibrium reactions. And once a cell dies, then our K value will be 1 and our cell potential will be 0. And so we will be at equilibrium at that point. The cell potential or electromotive force drives the reaction to reach equilibrium. So it is pushing until it dies. It cannot go any further. And when the reaction is further from equilibrium, the driving force is greater. So as it gets closer and closer to dying, we get weaker and weaker. And the cell potential will be different than the cell potential at standard conditions. Under standard conditions, we can use K, just like we have for all equilibrium equations, but under non-standard conditions, we will use Q, because we have not reached equilibrium yet. And the Nernst equation can be used to calculate the cell potential value when we are under non-standard conditions. This is the Nernst equation. We have the cell potential at non-standard conditions being equal to the cell potential at standard conditions minus RT over NF. And then we are being multiplied by the natural log and Q, the natural log of Q. Again, the cell potential with no not symbol means that we are at not standard conditions. And the cell potential at standard conditions will have that little not symbol. The R is the ideal gas law constant, which is 8.31 joules per mole Kelvin. And then our T is our temperature. It needs to be in Kelvin. N is going to be the number of moles of electrons being used. And then we have F for our Faraday constant, which is 96,485 coulombs per mole of electron. And as a reminder, our Q value is unitless, but it is the concentration of the products divided by the concentration of the reactants, or you can think of this as the concentration of the oxidized substance divided by the concentration of the reduced substance. If Q is less than 1, then that means that the reactants are greater than the products, and so the non-standard cell potential will be greater than the cell potential at standard conditions. If Q is equal to 1, then that means that the concentration of reactants is equal to the concentration of the products, and so the non-standard cell potential and the standard cell potential will be equal to each other. And if Q is greater than 1, then that means that the reactants are less than that of the products, and so the cell potential of the not standard conditions will be less than the standard conditioned cell potential. A voltaic, otherwise known as a galvanic or spontaneous cell, can be constructed utilizing the same species in both half cells if the concentrations within those half cells are different. We will push toward getting those to be equal concentrations on both sides, so you can actually have the same substance, copper sulfate on one side, copper sulfate on the other, but we have two different concentrations, and we will get an electrical differential, and push toward making those concentrations equal. So just as I was saying, if we were to consider having the anode and cathode be of the same substance, both zinc on either side, and I have my concentrations be different, even though the E naught, the cell potential in ideal conditions, would be the same, and inverse times, but would be the same magnitude, the same value, we would end up with no electrical potential differential and therefore a 0 volt differential here. However, the concentrations are not both 1 molar, so the cell is not standard. So we would not be utilizing the traditional just comparing the E naught values. Instead, we would need to be utilizing the Nernst equation. Under non-standard conditions, this would be made spontaneous, and depending on which half cell has a higher concentration of the zinc ion will determine if we are the anode or the cathode. Okay, the oxidation will occur at the cell that has a lower concentration of the zinc ion, and reduction will occur at the cell that has a higher concentration of the zinc ion. Remember that the reduction, we are precipitating out and turning the ions into their metal, and so we would be lowering the concentration of the cell that has a higher concentration of the zinc ion, and we would be oxidizing the zinc metal that was the electrode in the cell, and getting it to dissolve into the solution, thus increasing the concentration as we go forward in the cell here, and decreasing the concentration as we go forward in the cell here, until eventually they are equal, and then we will have a dead cell. No reaction would continue from there.